faithful viewer. I am Russell T Davies, and I'm the writer and executive producer of Doctor Who.
Hiya, I'm Julie Gardner. I'm the executive producer of Doctor Who and the head of drama at BBC Wales.
Hello, I'm Phil Collinson, and I'm the producer of Doctor Who.
And we're all naked.
Hooray.
I have to jump in and say we're really not. That is a nice thought, or maybe not.
Here we are, the best title sequence in the world.
I think so. Love this time sequence.
Absolutely everything I hoped it would be. It's brilliant.
It was 5 seconds too long, do you remember?
Yes.
The last minute we trimmed 5 seconds of it. This was the very first effect shot we ever completed, obviously, because it was first in sequence. But wasn't it joyful when this was completed? Because for the first time you could see how good the series was going to be.
Yeah. And quite frankly, you could see the standard the mill were going to work to.
It's astonishing. I remember sitting at home like, the depth of that star field. You know, there are so many stars and the detail on the moon is so beautiful. Yeah. You just thought, oh, that's brilliant.
Beautiful.
And so the first time we see Rose with her mum Jackie.
This is a studio set.
Yes. Designed by Ed Thomas.
Rose ran down a location staircase there. And this was part of a big shoot that we did in London. Oh, and now we're in Cardiff.
Yes.
So we had a London red double-decker bus, and we also had the Evening Standard van to suggest London, which is coming up a bit later.
This is the very first thing we ever shot, is that right?
The first thing we shot with Billy.
Yes.
Yes.
What was the very first thing we shot?
It was from episode 4, and it was the Doctor running down a hospital where we had aliens, we had everything on the first day.
That was the first thing we ever shot.
Because the first block, if you remember, was episode 1, episode 4 and 5 shot together.
It was funny because when we did the shop stuff, this was our first big Cardiff shoot.
Yeah.
And so we got the council to close off various roads and things like that. And we were actually sort of going under the radar. We were keeping it all quite secret because we knew people would turn up, and for Billy and for the Doctor Who. And then Cardiff Council went and announced it. Do you remember?
Yes, on the Friday.
They did a big press release saying Doctor Who filming tomorrow. So
and named all the streets and exactly where we were going to be, and so we were besieged.
Mind you, we love Cardiff Council.
Yes, we do. God bless Cardiff Council. Thank you for all your help. So here we are now.
We're now wearing Welsh costume.
Here we are now underneath the Heath Hospital, and it was the hottest location I have ever been in. It was like an oven.
Was it really?
Oh my God, it was like, it was over 100 degrees. It was so hot.
No air conditioning, Phil.
Oh, no air conditioning, just, in fact, I think this was where they were pumping all the hot air down to be honest, from 19 floors of the hospital.
The breath dying people.
It wasn't, because the interesting thing is this corridor that Billy's walking down is actually, we discovered after, when we went there to film, that bit at the end there is the main corridor, the thoroughfare between ICU and the theatre. So we kept having to stop filming as people were rushed past us on gurneys.
Real life patients.
Far from being hilarious. Yeah. Real life, or you know, close to death patients.
You could have been body snatchers.
We could. It was bad.
So what is this area? It's just service tunnels?
This is just service tunnels underneath the hospital. So that when we first went to Recce, all this was full of paper towels and you know, all kinds of swabs, and it's a big storage area on one side, and we had to clean all that out.
As you'll notice, when the going gets tough, Julie and I are not there.
No, quite right. At this point, we were in air-conditioned surroundings.
Oh, and this is where, on transmission, where Graham Norton's voiceover was transmitted on BBC Three along over the action, and you two,
it was
you were dying, weren't you?
It was terrifying. But the one thing I've learned about the BBC is if you're strident enough, you can always talk to the man with his finger on the button. And I phoned the switchboard twice and managed to speak to the person that was dealing with the problem, and we got it sorted out. But it was heart-stopping.
The man who's actually in the booth transmitting the programme, I think that's incredible.
Because it was terrifying to watch. Because we spent months, years working on this, and then it had a Graham Norton voiceover. It was still going on now, wasn't it? As just before she meets the Doctor, it's still going out. So on transmission, I was just in a fearful state because you thought it was going to go on the whole programme.
Yeah. Well, you didn't know. You didn't know whether we were going to grind to a halt.
Terrifying.
It was absolutely terrifying. It was also quite funny that we'd all built up to this big moment of transmission, and that's what took over.
So here we are now with the first appearance of the Auton.
There was a tiny bit of sort of invisible CGI work here on the Auton's neck.
Yes.
Isn't it? Because it was
Yes.
quite crumpled and folded
And
it
these
looks
shots
false.
at the back.
The
These
back of
shots
the
at the
heads.
back of the heads as well. There was
Oh, there's like a
tiny bit of
zip on the
CGI. Because they had a zip. Yes. Basically, there's an actor in there in a prosthetic, and the whole thing zipped up the back.
Yes.
And really, we shouldn't have shot them from behind.
That's the shot there, the dog with it. It's funny this because none of us was ever happy with them. Jane Chanter, who's the controlling drama, wasn't happy with the Doctor's first appearance. And in fairness, that's not Keith's fault because that's exactly how it was written. When you look at it now, you sort of think actually the door should have flung open and there should be backlighting and smoke and this terrifically powerful man should have gone run. And so we all fussed over that for a long time, but I'm glad we never reshot it because in my heart it's like it's meant to be quite low-key.
Yeah.
But you always...
Yes, it was always a discussion about is it a big iconic moment or is it the reintroduction of the Doctor or is it a truthful script episode 1 moment? And
Yes.
I think actually we did the right thing.
Yes, because that big iconic entrance would have
It's your memory of it.
been from Rose's point of view, because this whole thing is from Rose's point of view. So to her, he's just a stranger who pops up and says run, and then she's running. Whereas door, smoke, light is an audience moment saying, look, the Doctor's back. So
Yes.
I don't know, but sometimes I still look at it and think, oh, it would have been nice.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, isn't it? It's tricky. Do you remember that sonic screwdriver effect there? On the very first effects reel, it had like concentric circles zooming out of the sonic screwdriver.
Yes, it did.
Like a great big science fiction toy.
And you weren't happy.
I wasn't.
No.
Well, that's the funny thing about this. It's a funny gauge to use, but when stuff gets too science fictiony, it's wrong. And I love the sonic screwdriver because it looks a kid could pick up something and pretend it's a sonic screwdriver, and it's sort of beautifully ordered, even though it's a lovely prop. But the moment it starts zhuzhing like a space age laser, you start to go. Actually, I was sitting there going, right, half the audience just turned over. The whole point of this is it's all very real, even with Autons. Well, that's the point of the Autons. They're not scaly reptile monsters. They're men dressed up in plastic.
And that's what you wanted them to be. So
Yes.
one really, isn't it?
Yes, so the moment anything got too science fiction like super duper, they should put things like that on the DVD extras, shouldn't they? However, they might not, so that's not a problem.
So we're in St Mary's
Cardiff.
Street.
This
in
was a
Cardiff.
fraught night, can I say?
This was a very fraught night.
It was, should we move on?
One day I'll give an interview about this night because there's a whole book.
In 50 years' time, we'll come back and do the DVD commentary again.
Yes.
So there's a CGI explosion. We talked about doing that practically.